So we know we can chop up a text string using the left and the right functions to take a part from the beginning or a part from the end, but we can't use the left and the right functions for stripping parts of a date. So for example, here in our employees, if we wanted to pick up the month, we couldn't use the left function, although it looks like the month is on the left, because it's actually a number behind that DOB, and we actually want part of the formatting when you're dealing with dates, that it's not dealt as a text option. So if we want to extract part of a date, let's insert ourselves 3 columns and look at extracting the month, the day, and the year as 3 separate parts that we can then perhaps sort differently, do some further calculations on. So taking the person's date of birth, we want to know what month they were born in. We can simply use the month function based on the DOB value, close brackets, return. Now it looks like it's chosen the wrong thing, but this is down to the formatting problem again. So let's actually highlight all 3 of those cells and change them to general. And you see that the month is now month 8. The day function is actually day of the DOB, close brackets, return, and it tells me that the day of the month is 2. And I can narrow that up. And then the year is year, open brackets, DOB, close brackets, return, and we get the year. Take all 3 of those functions and send them to the bottom, and we get everybody's month, day, and year as a separate value in separate columns. So we could then do perhaps separate sorting, sort by day, sort by month, sort by year separately to sorting by the whole date of birth. Now if you were to try put them back together, so if we inserted another column here and call that DOB2, we might attempt the concatenate functions, that's equals, as all functions start with an equals, concatenate the month, comma, a slash, comma, the day, comma, another slash, comma, the year. Putting back together the 3 parts of the date with slashes in between, return. Now you can see that although it has worked and displays as a date, it's not being treated as a date because it's left aligned. And even though we can replicate that function to the bottom and it works through and these values look the same as those values, they cannot be treated as the same as those values because they are actually text values. If you wanted to actually put back together the portions that make up a date and for them to turn out to be in a full date, we can't use the concatenate function. Insert a new column. What we can do, let's call this DOB3, is use the date function. So that's equals date, open brackets, and we can get the date function to pick up the 3 portions of a date that are required, which is the year, comma, the month, comma, the day, close brackets. No need to tell it what the date partitions are, like a slash or a hyphen. We simply pick up 3 parts of a date in the correct order, return, and you can see that is then turned into a proper date. And we can replicate that to the bottom. So there we have a full circle really, the ability to take apart a date into its 3 components of a month, day, and year, and then the ability to put dates back together based on the 3 components.